I guess for the 20 or so people that are watching the build video, this is a sneak preview of how far I've come along. But for anyone just coming from the RC group that I'm posting this to, I forget what it's called, but it's the biggest RC group out there, or website, whatever. I want to know, what can I do to get this car to actually function the way I want it to do. So right here I have a Remo Hobby. I'll have the actual title of the actual car that this thing is in the title of the video, and also on the post, and also be in the title of the post. So as you can tell, I have it built around this little box thing made around this car. The reason why it's like this is so it can slide into the little stand I made that is to hold my life-size Kongou whenever I'm at my local conventions. I'm going to go out and get all this thing set up, and I'm going to show you what exactly I want to have, what exactly I'm working with, and hopefully someone can steer me in the right directions for the upgrades I should get for this car to get it to function the way I want. So I'm going to go and get myself set up with my little crappy hat cam and get all this set up outside. Alright, here I got everything set up. I got Kongou on her base. I got the RC car right there. The only reason why I put the spoiler there is so I can have something fun to drive around when this little car isn't in the actual stand itself. So right now I have it on my on the sidewalk to where it can have the least amount of resistance. It has quite a bit of resistance on the asphalt because it's a lot more bumpier. But let me show you what it actually does when I give it throttle. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm not giving much throttle at all. But the one thing I have noticed, that even though I'm giving it so little throttle, the engine will occasionally cut off, and that's due to the ESC in the car thinking there's too much resistance going through the motor or the car's stuck. Which for a safety feature is great, but for long-term running like this, it's not exactly what I want. So what I want to know is, what type of motor should I upgrade to? Should I upgrade the gearing and all sorts of stuff? Like I said, this is a Remo Hobby car. I'll go inside and show you what the insides look like and whatnot. But I want to give you a general idea of what this thing does. So for when it comes to my conventions, having this thing being remote controlled is going to be a godsend. But if I can't make it to where this thing's stable and doesn't overheat or cause any problems when it's just driving around and whatnot, it will be a little bit more harder of a time for me to drive it around. But at least for a proof of concept, that does work, and I'm very, very happy with how good it looks. Especially with how good it runs, even with it does have problems. And of course, here is the inside of the car. Now I'm planning on getting the brushless motor and ESC setup that is made specifically for this RC car. But I saw someone on YouTube basically upgrade one of their other 1/16 scale Remo cars with a different ESC and whatnot. So I'm thinking I can probably get a totally different motor for this thing and a gearing system, because he also did use a different type of gear to gear his particular car. Now for me, I don't need mine geared for speed. I need mine geared for torque. Now, since I've never gone through a upgrade of any hobby grade car, hence why I'm doing this video, because I wanted to show what this car is pushing around, hence this and this, and hopefully someone can point me to the right motor, ESC, and gearing setup if possible for this thing. If you're wondering about this is just a small little 1-cell lithium battery holder I made so it can power the lights I had attached to the body initially, so I can drive this thing around at night. So hopefully someone can point me to the right stuff I need. Now I would actually go to upgrade the suspension too, but with the way I have the box body set up, I have it so it's automatically pushing this thing to where it's applying just a little bit of pressure, about like this much, just to keep it on the ground and making sure it has contact to the ground. Because if I actually flip the stand I made over, you can actually see how I put the thing together. I have a caster wheel right here held in by a PVC pipe, and two scooter wheels just hot glued in. Just this simple little setup here is more than enough to allow this stand to operate. Now, of course, I don't need to upgrade. I don't need the RC car to push this to have this thing at the convention, because I can just push this thing around normally. But like I said, I don't want to have an RC car, hence why I got this hobby grade car. And also, I also have this nice big open area right here for if I can get a higher capacity battery for this thing so it can last longer. I'm absolutely going to do that too. And also, I guess I might as well show how the actual body is connected, how the body actually stays connected. There is a magnet right there. It's a very big rare earth magnet. There is another rare earth magnet embedded underneath this duct tape. You can see it right here. And I just slide it in like so, and the magnet holds it in. It doesn't need to be uber powerful, it just needs to be powerful enough for if I want to go reverse, the thing doesn't go shooting out. So this one simple rare earth magnet is more than enough to keep the RC car in check and keep everything in the way it needs to be. And like I said before, I only add this here so I can have something fun to drive around when I'm not using this thing to push Kongou around. This is stuff I do all the time for the people on the RC group I'm posting this to that never see my stuff. Building stuff like this is normal for me. I just never decided to go full RC like I am right now, hence why I'm doing this video. Hopefully, again, someone on the RC group I'm posting this to will be able to point me in the right direction, because I really do want to upgrade this car. I really do want to upgrade the motor and EAC and whatnot for this car, because it desperately needs it. Not just for the original plan I had for this thing, but also to have something fun to drive around when I'm not at my local conventions and whatnot.